Hey, I'm back. Excuse me, sorry. This is my second attempt at this video, and, some camera issues. So, what I want to talk about is, other aspects of my life, I guess. As you see, the title says, trans and. It's like, often I feel that when you are fighting for a cause that you, or a community that you are a part of, people often see only that part of you. They don't see the other parts that make you you. Like, for example, my teachers know and my friends know that I'm very active in the LGBT community. And sometimes I wonder, or sometimes it seems like that all they see is me being transgender, which isn't a problem. I'm very, very proud of that. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like there's so much more to me that some people don't ask about, or that when I say, they're surprised. Not because I'm trans, they're just surprised because they didn't know this about me, I guess because they were thinking about other things. I have multiple social identities, and I have multiple interests and likes and dislikes. Like, for example, I've said before, I'm Chinese. I was born in China. I lived there for the first 6 months of my life, and then I was adopted and came here. And yeah, I guess I'm Chinese American, but I feel that Chinese is the most important part of who I am, not only physically and how people perceive me, but just emotionally and mentally. I feel that when I'm asked, are you Chinese, are you Japanese, they're having trouble looking past that part of my life and that part of my identity. Or, for example, I play the guitar. I've played the guitar for a couple of years. I'm not, that good. I can play radio songs, but I can't, finger pick. But that's part of me that I enjoy. I love music. I love learning music on the guitar. I've performed maybe once or twice in a talent show. I like to write, I like to read. I've written a few things. One was for an essay contest that I won, and I wrote about struggles that I personally have had to face in school as a queer youth, as a transgender youth, and that some other experiences that I've heard my friends go through, which, being picked on, just being bullied to the breaking point, and I guess people found that really great. That didn't make sense. As a great essay, I wrote to my school board a letter about why it's important to add gender identity and sexual orientation into our district anti-discrimination policy, and I guess that helped because they voted yes. I know this is all over the place, but I'm just trying to give examples of how much it means to me. I love music, I love to read and write, like I said. I love movies, I love going to the movies, I love talking about movies. Excuse me. I love reading about movies, I love everything about movies, specifically comedy. Comedy is my favorite genre. I can ask me about maybe a movie within the last 20 to 30 years that's mildly well known, and I could probably tell you something about it, or at least learn about it. I think I'm a great student. I have great A's. I have straight A's. I was on the honor roll. I was on principal's list. I'm very hardworking at school. I've worked really, really hard to get my grades to where they are now. And I'm not saying it's been easy, but it's been interesting. I sing. I don't sing very well. Sometimes I'll hit a good note, but that's very rare. And these are parts that make me, and I feel like, again, when I talk about how involved I am with the queer community, I feel like everything I say past queer or lesbian and gay is just zoned out. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It's just, or maybe say, you're fighting for lower income families. As soon as you say that, they assume, oh, so you must be lower income, or you must have a low income, or you must live in an impoverished area of town. No, just, I don't know, I'm getting all over the place, but, it's just, people have a hard time looking past things that they've had, they've had stereotypes about, I tell someone I'm trans and I'm nervous I often get, so are you a boy or girl, or were you all of that kind of stuff. That's not the most important to me. I'm very proud of that. I am very, very proud of being trans. I'm proud of being Chinese. I'm proud of the music I play. I'm proud of what I write. But again, those are all details that make me who I am. I'm not that trans person. I'm a person who happens to be trans. I'm not that Asian kid. I'm a student, I'm a son, I'm a friend who happens to be Chinese. I mean, that's not all there is about me. And I don't know, I feel like it's important, I feel like not only is it the assumptions that are made, but it's us sometimes that forget who we are because of those assumptions. Like, personally, I've been like, wait, what else can I offer to this group when I could do, I could whatever. I feel like the box that people put you in or assume about, it is very limiting, and which could be a whole new video, a whole different video than what I'm talking about. But just the fact that there's a lot of attention put on certain identities, and often other parts of a person are forgotten or overlooked. And that's how it is with a lot of people, not just queer people. It could be people who have disabilities, or who, again, maybe who are low-income families, or just whatever. And I'm talking from the I, not the we. I should be doing. But yeah, it's a lot to handle, especially as a youth, as you're trying to find your place, not only in the community you most identify with, but your peers. And for a lot of people, it's a big deal. I want people to accept me as I am, all of who I am, and not just because I'm trans and I can fit in with the other guys. Whatever, I am a young person who is active in a community that they feel a part of, but that's not all I do. So I'm trans, and I'm so many other things that make me me, and I wouldn't give any of those identities up for the world. And I'm me. That's simple to put it. Every person has their own stuff. Every person has their own identities that makes them them, and they need to own them. I own it. Okay, I own it, and I'm out, and I'm proud, and I am Asian, and I'm proud. All of this. I don't want to sound like getting repetitive, but I just hope that other people can feel like that there are so many other important parts to them that make them them, and not just the fact that they're gay or whatever. So, I've been talking for a while. I've been just whatever. But yeah, just know that there is so much more to you than maybe even you realize. And it's all important because it makes you you, and you're important. So, yeah. Alright, I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for listening.